Hey guys, welcome to the video. This video is going to be a little bit different than what we have been doing with our series on meal planning, and I promise I have not forgotten about that series. I will be wrapping it up in the next two videos. But I felt like I should probably make this video first because I will be saying some things in those videos and explaining why I'm changing certain things with my meal plan, and it probably wouldn't have made a lot of sense without watching this video first. So I am so excited to finally be telling you guys that we are going to be having another baby in the spring. And we are just so excited about it. The girls are beside themselves with anticipation. They keep asking all the time, why can't the baby just come out now? We can't wait for it to come. And we're just so thrilled to be having another little person in our family. So I thought I would just tell you guys a couple of answers to the questions that we have gotten just about every time we have told anyone that we are expecting again. So the first question is, how far along are you? And I am about 20 weeks pregnant right now, and it is so nice to be at that halfway point with hopefully the worst of the pregnancy symptoms behind us. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of moms seem to just love being pregnant, and I am not one of those moms. It's a lot of mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion and not feeling good and nausea and all of those things. And it's starting to get better, and I'm just so happy to be at that point. This is one of the primary reasons that I took quite a hiatus from making videos at the end of the summer, as many of you noticed, because I just did not have the physical ability to do one extra thing in my day. And I don't get morning sickness. I typically wake up feeling pretty fantastic. And then by lunchtime, I'm not feeling so good, and I'm absolutely wiped out by the time the girls go down for their naps. And then I wake up feeling terrible, and it basically just gets worse throughout the evening. So Ross pretty much had to take care of all of the cooking and any of the cleaning that happened during that first trimester, which was not as much cleaning as I would typically do, but I was just thankful that he was willing to help out, and I basically just laid in bed in the evenings and ate crackers and tried not to throw up. So very glad to have that behind me. That's also a reason I had planned on doing a lot more videos in December. I wasn't going to do Vlogmas because I'm not a vlogger, but I was going to modify it a little bit and just get some extra holiday content out for you guys, some more goal setting for the new year content, and just kind of how to organize your life for the new year to start the year off on the right foot. Well, my energy is definitely not up to where it was pre-pregnancy, and I still don't feel great a lot of the afternoons and evenings, which again is when I get my work done, when my kids are napping, having quiet time, or when they are asleep for the night. So because of the timing of when I don't feel good, it's just not very conducive to me doing much extra work right now. But if you would like to see some of that content next year, leave me a comment down below, let me know, and subscribe to make sure that you don't miss out on it when it comes out next year. And then the second question that we have gotten a lot, which I really don't remember getting that much the first two times around, probably because people just assume it's normal to have one or two children, but 3, that's kind of crazy. So we have been asked a lot if this was planned. And yes, it was definitely planned. It's somewhat humorous to us that people keep asking us that because it's not exactly easy for us to get pregnant. And that's one of the reasons our kids are kind of odd age gaps. We have almost 3 years between the girls, and this baby will be 4 years younger than our second daughter. So yeah, it's just kind of a weird question for us. Of course it was planned. How else can you have a baby? Yes, I know that you can have a baby another way, but it's just so different than how it actually is for us. And yes, we very much are excited to have a third child. It was not a shock to us at all, although it was getting to the point that it was shocking that it actually happened, but we were very much anticipating it, hoping for it, and excited for it when it did happen. And because of that, I actually went back and forth about if I wanted to make this video or not, because I know that a lot of people struggle with infertility, and I know what it's like to see and hear pregnancy announcements all the time and want that very badly. So yeah, I went back and forth about it because I didn't want to hurt anyone by doing this pregnancy announcement, but we kind of figured I needed to, because at some point it's going to start getting very obvious, and because I'm probably going to take a bit of a break when the baby is born so that I can spend time with my baby. And in a perfect world, if I were feeling great at this point, I would be recording 2 videos a week. That was my original goal. And then just editing 1 each week, publishing that, and then I would have content already made for when the baby comes. Well, like I said, still not at the point where I'm feeling fantastic, and I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself and taking care of my other 2 kids, taking care of my husband, and I'm having to adjust my expectations a little bit for my YouTube channel, for my business, and that's okay. That's something that I'm very happy to do, because again, I'm so happy, and I know how blessed we are to be having this baby. So in the spring, there will probably be a break in the videos, and now you guys will know that it's coming and not be too surprised when it happens. And then the third question we get a lot, especially now that I am at the halfway point, is what are you having, a boy or a girl? And the answer to that is yes, we are having a boy or a girl, but we do not know which it is, and we are not planning on finding out until the birth. We did this with both of our first 2, and I can promise you it's not because we aren't planners. That always makes us laugh too when people tell us, oh, I could never wait to find out, I'm too much of a planner. Well, you guys know, I plan out my entire year in advance and am quite an organizer and a planner in just about every area of our lives. So if you would like more information about why we don't find out, I would be happy to do a video for you guys, because there are a lot of reasons that we choose to do it this way, but lack of planning is definitely not one of them. In some ways, I think it takes more planning actually to not find out, because you have to be prepared for either. We did think about for a short minute finding out on this pregnancy, because one of our daughters really wants a brother and the other one really wants a sister. So we thought about finding out, just to hopefully have everyone adjusted to the idea of whatever this baby is by the time it comes. But then my husband reminded me it's almost impossible to be disappointed when you're holding the baby in your arms, and they will feel the same way. Once the baby is here, maybe they'll be disappointed for a day or so, but they'll get used to the idea very quickly, as opposed to being disappointed for 20 weeks if we find out it's not the one day we're hoping for. And on that note, another question we have gotten a lot is, are you hoping for a boy? We have 2 little girls right now, ages 6.5 and 3.5, and everyone kind of assumes that you need a boy to complete your family. And the honest truth is we aren't. We are fine if it is a boy, but we are also totally fine if it is a girl. And a lot of people think, well, your husband really wants a boy. And he said, I honestly am just fine if it's another girl. He's like, we have all the clothes. We have hand-me-downs forever. If it's another girl, it will be well clothed. Our bikes are all pink, all of those things. He said, if it's a boy, that's great. But if it's a girl, that's great too. And we actually talked about that when we were deciding to have a third or not. We did not want to have another child just to hopefully get a certain gender or other. So that is one, and even when we have this conversation with a lot of people, because a lot of people have asked this, I don't think they actually believe us. People will tell us, well, I know that your husband wants a boy, or I know that you want a boy. And it's just kind of interesting to me how much other people will project their thoughts about gender onto you and your family. My husband and I definitely don't think that our family is incomplete with having only one gender of children. So no, we're not necessarily hoping for a boy. We are great if it's a boy, but we're also just fine if it is another girl. And I know even though one girl says she wants one and one girl says she wants the other, I know they will be happy either way as well once the baby is here and they get to hold and cuddle it. And the last question we have got from a lot of friends who know how we did our first 2 births is, are you going to have another home birth? Both of our girls were born at home with midwives, and we absolutely loved the experience. And yes, we are planning on doing another home birth if everything goes well, if baby's head down, if there aren't any unforeseen medical problems once we get to that point that we would know about before the time comes, because midwives are very careful about not letting you do a home birth if you aren't physically able to and physically healthy enough for that. And they also are very careful about not allowing it if your baby isn't physically capable and healthy enough to do that. So they're very careful about all of the little things that are required by the state, by different guidelines for having a home birth. And yeah, as long as everything is healthy and everyone is doing well, me and baby, we will definitely be doing another home birth, because it is just such a wonderful experience. At least the experience we have had. I know I can't speak for everyone, but we absolutely loved it. Even my husband was just like, I would never want to do it any other way. It's just so comfortable in your home with people that you know and trust. They're with you, guiding you through this experience. But I do just want to say on that note, if you are not a baby person, if you're not a pregnancy person, if you don't really want to see any birth vlogs or pregnancy related what I eat in a day vlogs or anything along those lines, you don't have to worry. This channel will not be changing. It is still going to be more informative, all about simplifying your life with meal planning, budgeting, decluttering, routines, things like that. I may add in some things here and there on minimalist baby registry or routines with a newborn, or how we get our kids to sleep through the night early on. But overall, the channel is not going to be changing. I'm not going to be vlogging the birth because I'm just kind of a private person when it comes to things like that, and I don't feel like sharing it with the world. I've been enjoying a lot of other people's birth vlogs as I psych myself out and get ready for the birth, but it's just not something I feel comfortable putting on the internet. And I just really enjoy making these informative videos that will hopefully enrich your life. And I'm not planning on changing that up at all. I'm not planning on doing any pregnancy updates unless you guys have a lot of questions and want to know things like that. And I'm also not planning on doing any what I eat in a day or day in the life with baby. Those types of things are just different. They're just a different type of channel, and I will be sticking with the type of content that you guys are used to from this channel. So I think that is all I wanted to say about the pregnancy and baby and all of that fun stuff. I have not forgotten, like I said, about the 2 meal planning videos that I still owe you guys, and my goal is to get at least one of those filmed this week, maybe up by the end of the week, if not this week, early next week, and get the other one filmed early next week and have that up by the end of the week as well. So hopefully my energy will be good and we will get to all of that. If not, it's coming soon. Don't worry, I will get that up for you. So if you guys have any comments, questions, or any content ideas that you would like to see about preparing for a baby or about when the baby comes, leave that in the comments down below, and I will do my best to add that to my content calendar and get that out to you as soon as I can. And other than that, I don't think there's anything left to say in this video, and I will see you guys on the next one.